It is 2016 again, as once again the corporate DNC Media Complex comes up with another Bernie is sexist smear. As CNN points out, Bernie Sanders told Elizabeth Warren in private 2018 meeting that a woman can't win. They're doing the same shit they did in the 2016 election, basically smearing Bernie Sanders as a sexist, which isn't true. I mean, which isn't true to the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of negative things about Bernie, which I'll point out later, that you don't have to use the sexist smear. But that's the identity politics game the establishment Democrats use. They love using identity politics to use against their opponents. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go against Elizabeth Warren, like, oh, you're against sexist, you're against a woman. You go against Cory Booker, you know what I'm saying, who dropped out. Oh, you're against black people, you're racist. That's the identity politics game they play. You know what I'm saying? It's basically a way to shut down the discussion. As you see, the two agreed that they faced each other, they should remain civil and avoid attacking each other so as not to hurt the progressive movement. But they've been going... But Elizabeth Warren's been going hard after Bernie's camp in the last couple of days, and Bernie's camp is going hard against Warren's camp in the last couple of days, because the Bernie camp are saying Warren's an elitist, and basically the Warren camp is saying Sanders is divisive and Warren is the unity candidate. You know what I'm saying? Like the unity between the Biden Democrats, who are more moderate, and the Bernie Democrats, who are more left, you know what I'm saying, who are more like social democrats, really. Yeah, I mean, because the thing is, like, Liz Warren is like a fence-sitting neoliberal. She's like a fence-sitting neoliberal who fences to the progressives a bit. But in reality, she's Hillary Clinton 2.0. And basically what's happening now is the 2016 election, where basically Hillary's camp smeared Bernie and his supporters as Bernie bro, sexist, angry white males. Same old shit. Sanders denied the characterization in CNN. And even Warren's communications director declined to comment. So I got a feeling like these cats don't want to, these cats don't want their names put out there on blast. And this is basically CNN smearing Bernie again. I mean, this is a hit job. You know what I'm saying? This is a drive-by smear. So Schiff indicates House wants to subpoena Boa. Yeah, which means Adam Schiff is full of Schiff again. But back to the Warren Sanders story. The revelation that Sanders expressed skepticism that Warren can win the presidency because she is a woman is particularly noteworthy now, given that Warren is the lone female candidate on top of the Democratic field. Well, there's Klobuchar too, but she's not polling that well. And notably, their meeting in December 2018 came just weeks after the record-number woman had elected the identity politics game. I mean, they love using identity politics, except when it comes to people they disagree with. Like, look at Tulsi Gabbard. She's a woman of color who's an army veteran. She's Polynesian. Yeah, she's a Polynesian Hindu. You know what I'm saying? She hits the minority points, but she disagrees with their foreign policy and doesn't like Hillary Clinton, so they smear the hell out of her as a Russian asset, so they don't really care about identity politics if you don't play for their team. I mean, people see through this hypocrisy. They see through it. She's not even invited to the next debate. And if Tulsi was given fair coverage, she'd be absolutely polling up there with Bernie Sanders right now. I mean, yeah, he'd be up there with Bernie Sanders, and you ain't got the same fair coverage. He'd be polling high too. It's ridiculous how the DNC Media Complex has been towards the non-establishment candidates during this run. It's so obvious who they want. They want Elizabeth Warren, and they want Joe Biden. I mean, just look, Warren, please be vocal over roles. It's identity politics. This lame intersectional identity politics. I mean, it was all Kamala Harris ran on and nobody bought it, so she dropped out too. And Cory Booker, I mean, I like Cory Booker. He can be libertarian on some issues, especially on school choice, like charter schools. But he never brought that up. He ran an identity politics campaign. People aren't really down with identity politics anymore. I mean, just look at the next Democrat debates. It's all old white people. Seriously. But yeah, Bernie does have I mean, a lot of Bernie crafts, you know what I'm saying? You don't see a lot of the Bernie supporting left pointing out Bernie's weaknesses. But this is a really big one right here. This is a video that emerged about Sanders from the 80s praising bread lines as a good thing.
You know, it's funny, sometimes American journalists talk about how bad a country is because people are lining up for food. That's a good thing. You know,
that's not electable. I mean, like, that might be cool for, you know what I'm saying, for your college educated progressive, like, bread line's a good thing, but a lot of moderates, a lot of boomers, a lot of Gen X, we grew up in the Reagan 80s. Basically, we're like, we were opposed to anything communist, and Bernie was praising communist regimes. I mean, a lot of resistance boomers have that jingoistic mindset of being against communism and all that too. You know what I'm saying? Like the Pete and Biden supporters, yeah, they're pretty much like those boomer, liberal, grew up in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? Been around the 70s. I mean, been around the Cold War, basically. And at the height of the Cold War, Bernie Sanders was praising bread lines. The Trump team can use this in their ads against Bernie, and it's a wrap. I mean, it's like Mondale 2.0. I mean, personally, like, I voted for Bernie in 2016 mainly because of his anti-war position. I mean, Bernie's been consistently against war. I mean, he's been consistent voice against imperialism, and I supported that. The rest of his policies I didn't support at all. Like, Medicare for all is basically higher taxes on items. I mean, you're going to pay higher taxes to have health care. I mean, a lot of his policies are basically like more government. I mean, it's like New Deal, basically. Like New Deal, like more government. I mean, I'm for like universal health care, but his Medicare for all is not universal health care because it gets rid of private insurance. I still personally want to keep private insurance and have a universal health care plan, which makes me different from most libertarians. So, but yeah, I agreed with some of Bernie's platform. I did agree. He did have a great point about open borders being a Koch brothers thing, which he's not really talking about now. Yeah, he was against open borders. I agreed with that part of the platform, and I also agreed with like the corporations. I mean, he was good at pointing out the problems, but his solutions were always shit, terrible, and way too much government interventions. But yeah, there's a big problem, like the big banks, like the Wall Streets, like the corporations, like basically robbing us blind. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Democrats, like especially like the Chuck Schumer types, are supported by Wall Street, basically. He's really good at calling like that out, like that, you know, it's like Jeff Bezos out and not paying his fair share in taxes and all that. He's really good at pointing that stuff out, but yeah, they're going hard after Bernie now because they can see he has a clear shot to win the nomination. Like he's polling. He's a front runner in Iowa and New Hampshire. If he wins those two states and California Super Tuesday, then yeah, he has a really good shot of being the Democrat nominee. And the Trump team has shifted towards Bernie Sanders right now, and he's calling him out as crazy Bernie. He's already starting his smear campaign against Bernie. But yeah, Bernie has a high hill to climb, especially with his support of like socialist regimes like Castro. I mean, not calling out Maduro. I mean, a lot of folks in America, like a lot of moderates, still don't trust communism. I mean, they don't trust socialism. They've seen how bad communism was in the Cold War era, so they're not really down with that. Just to let y'all Bernie Crass know. So follow me, John Clem 310 on Twitter. Please subscribe if you like my video, and have a good day. I'll probably come up with a video like sometime later today. All right, peace out.